Now how you talking out your neck when I know how your nigga neck work? I know you really hate my guts, cause you bitches really ugly, can't make this up. They calling me Slim Rim, but my weight is up. They telling me I should wait, nigga, wait for what? The weight is up, look, it's time. So if you see me with it, bitch, it's mine. When these other bitches rap, it's always just rhymes. When I rap, bitch, it's always 10 dimes. Stop playing with me. I got these niggas in the jail really staying with me. I got these niggas in the streets really slaying with me. I got these niggas in the south really hanging with me. I got these niggas in the gangs really banging with me. And what you looking at my shoes for? I swear to God, I know I'm on these bitches move.
Everybody is noticing it now. And once you see it, you really can't unsee it. Something feels off with Clarissa Shields. Not loud off, not dramatic off, but that quiet kind of off where the energy just isn't the same anymore. And the internet, oh, they caught it immediately. At the same time, while people are zooming in on her every move, something else is happening on the other side of this story. Remy Ma is winning, and not just a little bit. She's winning in a way that makes everything else look even more uncomfortable. It all started when that diss track dropped. No big rollout, no countdown, no hype, just dropped like it didn't need permission to shake things up. And within hours, people were already talking. Not just talking, reacting, reposting, breaking it down line by line. And then the numbers came in. Now, you already know numbers don't have feelings. They don't pick sides. They just show what's happening and what was happening. That song shot straight up, sitting at number 2 on iTunes Hip Hop, climbing across other genres, too. Not just a rap moment, a full moment. So, while Remy is climbing charts, gaining attention, getting reposted everywhere, Clarissa is in a completely different space. She's posting, yes, she's active, yes, but the vibe, that's where people started getting confused, because this is someone who is usually loud with her confidence. Someone who walks into every space like she owns it. The energy is normally bold, unapologetic, almost untouchable. But now, it felt quieter. And the internet noticed that shift before she ever said a word. Now, here's where things start getting even more layered, because this situation isn't just about a song. It's about everything connected to it. And one of the biggest connections in this whole story is Papoose. Because let's not forget, this man has spent months online saying he wrote most of Remy's bars. Not a little bit, most of them. He said he has proof, emails, drafts, all of it. Basically claiming that a huge part of her success came from him. Now, if you hear that, naturally you start thinking, okay, if that's true, then where else is that talent going? Because Clarissa is right there. So, people started asking questions. If he's really sitting on all this lyrical ability, all these bars, all this writing skill, why isn't any of that showing up with Clarissa? And that's not even shade. That's just logic. Because when people went looking, they didn't find anything matching the level of what Remy just dropped. Nothing charting, nothing buzzing, nothing moving the way that diss did. And that's when the conversation quietly started shifting. Instead of people believing that he wrote everything, they started wondering if maybe Remy has been that strong on her own this whole time, because the results are speaking louder than the claims. And now you've got this situation where one person is proving it in real time and the other person is getting questioned without even saying anything. But to be fair, Clarissa is not just anybody. She's not someone who needs to prove herself in every lane. In boxing, she's already done more than most people could ever dream of. Olympic gold, undisputed champion, breaking records. She's solid. Nobody is taking that away from her. But here's the problem. This isn't boxing. This is hip-hop. And hip-hop is a completely different world with completely different rules. You don't just step in because you feel like it. You don't just jump into beef because your name is connected to it. You have to earn your place, prove your skill, and most importantly, deliver. And right now, according to the internet, that's where things aren't lining up because people are looking at Racetrack, looking at the response, looking at the charts, and then looking back at Clarissa like, okay, now what? And that silence. That's where the pressure starts building, because when expectations are high and the response doesn't match, people start talking. And they weren't holding back either. They started saying maybe she should stick to what she dominates. Stick to the ring. Stick to what made her who she is. Not in a disrespectful way, but in a know-your-strength kind of way. But the more people said that, the more intense the situation started to feel. Because now it's not just about music. It's about pride. And once pride gets involved, everything becomes more emotional, more personal, more complicated. And that's exactly where this story starts to take a deeper turn. Now this is where things stop being just about performance and start becoming about feelings, because even if nobody says it out loud, you can feel it through the screen. Clarissa posted that video in the gym, hitting the punching bag, like she always does. On the surface, it looked normal. That's her world. That's her comfort zone. That's where she's in control. But the internet didn't see it as just training. They saw it as a message. People started commenting, saying they know exactly who that bag represents, saying it looked like she was letting something out without actually saying it. Like every punch carried something deeper than just practice. And once that idea spread, it stuck because suddenly it wasn't just a workout video anymore. It became emotional. And then people started looking closer, not at what she was doing, but how she looked doing it. That's when the conversation shifted again, because fans started pointing out something subtle but powerful. Her eyes. They said she didn't look like herself, not the confident, untouchable version people are used to seeing. There was something softer there, something quieter, almost like she was holding something in. And that kind of observation, it spreads fast because once someone says it, everyone else starts noticing it too. Now people are watching every clip, every post, every expression, trying to figure out what's really going on beneath the surface. Is it the diss track? Is it the pressure? Or is it something else entirely? And just when people are already asking those questions, here comes another twist. Because Papoose decides to sit down for an interview. And you already know interviews like that don't stay quiet. Especially when it's a situation like this. People are already watching, already curious, already connecting dots. So when the topic of the ring comes up, that's when everything shifts again, because for a while now, people have been speculating, seeing a ring, assuming engagement, building that narrative in their heads. And then he says it, no engagement, no proposal, just like that. And the way he said it, that's what made it hit even harder. It wasn't playful. It wasn't not yet. It wasn't soon. It was flat, direct, almost final. And that moment changed everything, because now the picture people were starting to question got even more unclear. On one side, you got Clarissa talking about serious things like wanting a future, wanting a family. On the other side, you've got him shutting down engagement, talk like it was never even close. And that kind of mismatch, it doesn't go unnoticed. It makes people uncomfortable because now it feels like two people might not be on the same page at all. And before anyone could even fully process that, something else surfaced. A picture. And not just any picture. A picture of him wearing his wedding ring. Not a new ring, not a different ring. The same one tied to his marriage with Remy Ma. Now pause for a second and think about the timing of that. Right in the middle of all this, right when people are already questioning everything. That image starts circulating and suddenly the conversation explodes again, because now people aren't just asking questions. They're forming conclusions. And in situations like this, perception becomes reality. Then people went back to the interview again, listening closer this time, not just to what he said, but what he avoided. Because whenever Remy came up, the energy shifted. It wasn't open. It wasn't detailed. It was guarded. And that told its own story. Because when someone avoids something instead of addressing it, people assume there's still something there. And that assumption spread fast. Now you've got men online giving their opinions too, saying things like he still loves his wife, breaking it down from their perspective, adding another layer to the conversation. And at this point, it's not just speculation anymore. It's a full narrative. And right in the middle of that narrative is Clarissa. But here's the part that really made people pause. Nobody has seen them together. Not recently. No pictures, no videos, no appearances, nothing. And in today's world, that silence speaks loudly, because when two people are in a relationship, especially one that's already in the public eye, they don't just disappear from each other's presence like that. Not without people noticing. And people definitely noticed. They started counting the days, realizing it's been weeks. And now all the questions that were floating around before, they're starting to feel more real, because it's not just about what's being said anymore. It's about what's not being shown. And that absence adds weight to everything else. So now when you put the whole picture together, it looks like this. Remy is winning publicly, charting, getting support, moving forward. Papoose is giving mixed signals, saying one thing, but showing something else. And Clarissa, she's quiet in a way people aren't used to seeing. Present, but not fully herself. And that combination creates one big question that nobody can ignore anymore. What is really going on here? Is this a real relationship that's just going through a rough moment? Or is this something that looked real, but was never as solid as people thought? Because right now it feels like the truth is somewhere in between everything we're seeing and everything we're not being told. And that's what makes this whole situation so intense, because it doesn't feel finished. It feels like it's still unfolding. Like there's another piece coming that's going to change everything again. So now I want to know what you think. Do you think Clarissa is really hurt, or are people just reading too much into her energy? Do you think Papoose is being honest, or is there something he's not saying? And most importantly, do you think this relationship is real, or just something that looks good from the outside? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this one is far from over. And if you've been following the story, make sure you stay tuned, because the next update might be even crazier than this one. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you subscribe it for content like this. Okay, bye, see you in next video.